333 BC, the Persian Empire was the most powerful empire on earth. Its land stretched across continents, its armies were massive, and its kings ruled millions of people. No one dared challenge Persia, but in Macedonia, a young king named Alexander was preparing for war. He was only 20 years old when he became king after the assassination of his father, Philip II. Many believed Macedonia would collapse under such a young ruler. Instead, Alexander shocked everyone. When Greek cities rebelled against him, he crushed them quickly. The city of Thebes resisted, and Alexander destroyed it completely. Fear spread across Greece, and the rebellions ended. Now Alexander turned toward his real goal. Persia. In 334 BC, he crossed into Asia with nearly 40,000 soldiers. Compared to the huge Persian Empire, his army looked small, but Alexander's soldiers were highly trained. At the center of his army stood the Macedonian phalanx, disciplined troops carrying long spears designed to break enemy lines. Alexander also fought beside his men personally. He did not hide behind the battlefield, that made his army loyal and fearless. The first major battle came at the Granicus River. Persian commanders waited confidently on the opposite side, believing the Macedonians would fail while crossing the river. But Alexander attacked immediately. Macedonian cavalry charged through the water under heavy arrows and smashed into Persian lines. The battle became brutal. At one moment, Alexander nearly died when a Persian warrior attacked him directly. Only a last-second rescue saved his life, but soon the Persian army collapsed. The victory shocked the ancient world. For the first time in generations, Persia had been defeated in open battle, and suddenly, people began to realize something terrifying. Alexander might actually conquer Persia. After the victory at the Granicus River, Alexander was no longer seen as a reckless young king. He had become a real threat to the Persian Empire. As the Macedonian army marched deeper into Asia, cities began falling one after another. Some surrendered without resistance, terrified by Alexander's growing reputation. Others fought back and were crushed. Fear spread across Persia. King Darius III finally understood the danger. Alexander was not simply raiding Persian lands, he was conquering them, so Darius gathered a massive army from across the empire. Thousands of infantry, cavalry, archers, and elite guards prepared for war. The Persians believed their enormous numbers would destroy the Macedonians easily. In 333 BC, the two armies met near Issus. The battlefield was narrow, surrounded by mountains and sea. This prevented the huge Persian army from using its full strength. Alexander saw his chance. As the battle began, arrows filled the sky and soldiers clashed in brutal hand-to-hand combat. Chaos spread across the battlefield, but Alexander focused on one target, Darius himself. Leading his elite cavalry, Alexander launched a direct attack toward the Persian king. The Macedonian horsemen smashed through enemy lines with terrifying speed. When Darius saw Alexander approaching, panic took over. Instead of fighting, the Persian king fled the battlefield. That single moment destroyed Persian morale. Thousands of Persian soldiers began retreating in fear, and the battle quickly turned into a disaster for Persia. Alexander had achieved the impossible. He had humiliated the ruler of the largest empire on earth. After the battle, Alexander captured enormous treasures and even members of Darius's family. But Alexander was not satisfied. He didn't want part of Persia, he wanted the entire empire. After the defeat at Issus, the Persian Empire was shaken, but King Darius III refused to surrender. He prepared for one final battle near Gaugamela, choosing a massive open battlefield perfect for his huge army. Darius gathered everything he had left: cavalry, archers, elite guards, and deadly scythed chariots designed to destroy enemy formations. The Persian army looked unstoppable. Many believed Alexander had finally reached the end of his campaign, but Alexander remained calm. At dawn, the Battle of Gaugamela began. Persian cavalry charged forward while chariots raced toward Macedonian lines. The battlefield exploded into chaos, but Alexander adapted quickly. His soldiers opened gaps in formation, allowing the chariots to pass before attacking them from the sides. Then Alexander saw a weakness in the Persian center. Without hesitation, he led a direct cavalry charge straight toward Darius once again. The attack shattered Persian defenses. As Macedonian cavalry pushed closer, panic spread across the battlefield, and once again, Darius fled. The moment the Persian king escaped, the Persian army collapsed. Alexander had won the greatest battle of his life. After Gaugamela, he marched into Babylon, Susa, and finally Persepolis, the legendary capital of Persia. The mighty empire that had ruled the ancient world for centuries was gone. Alexander had achieved the impossible. He didn't just defeat Persia, he conquered it.